Hello everyone, this is what I chose to do for my comprehensive technology project for this course. Starting with my welcome page, I asked permission to do this project on a club that me and another coworker have gotten permission to start at our high school, which is the Gay Straight Alliance. We recently had a hate crime shooting where an employee at the local community college was shot because he was a homosexual. And that sort of pushed the school to allow an organization to sort of help the students because, rightly so, they were pretty terrified. So, starting with the welcome page, I started with a standard sort of GSA logo. It says support, advocate, educate, which are the 3 tiers of a GSA. I'll call it GSA from now on just because it's faster. Have a little bit of an introduction here, what we are, where we are. A little bit about the school. Underneath is my digital story, introduction. They're all pretty much introductions. Don't know how to differentiate too much. My disclaimer at the bottom, most if not all of my images come from the National GSA Network, and they're on my educational resources page, so I give them credit where credit is due. I don't believe I have any images from an alternate website. Moving on to said images, I have my one edited image, just a nice little rainbow. Everything's rainbow with LGBT. And I changed it to be what I hope will be a poster for the GSA in the upcoming year. Information here, nice little quote that I thought was very relevant. And then the 2 advisors' information. Underneath, just some other images that I thought were cool and pretty motivational. No, they didn't misspell homophobia. That image is actually from the UK, and I think it's funny how they did it. Disclaimer on this page as well, because this is where the majority of the images are. Moving on to the educational resources. I have my instructional video since I did it for a club. I didn't really have content to teach, so I made a video talking about how to start your own GSA, as they tend to be student-run clubs. So I did my instructional video on that, hoping that it helps at least one person. I'll be happy with that. My 10 educational web pages, again, not content specific, but educational to students who might be questioning themselves or just looking for some more information. I have the Trevor Project, which is for LGBT youth support, especially if they're victims of abuse or get kicked out of their home. The National GSA Network is right here, followed by their Twitter feed. So there is my, what does it say on the list? RSS or Twitter feed right there. Glisten, another good one. Then some sort of not tabloid, but more social media things. Advocate after Ellen DeGeneres, who is fantastic. Homo Razi, which is the TMC of the LGBT world. Gay Gamer, for the nerd in all of us. Experience Project, where users can share their experiences and talk to other people who have the same experience by adding groups. Then Just Left the Closet is like Experience Project, but it's more tailored toward expressly LGBT youth and the people that may be thinking that they might be LGBT. And then Born This Way, which is like the hallmark of the LGBT community. Get the tissues ready. Then my 3 educational documents embedded from Scribd. I have 3 articles and or constitutions. One is just LGBT issues in textbooks by Caitlin Cleveland. Addressing LGBT issues in the classroom. I do not know how to pronounce that name, but there you go. And then an LGBT club constitution, so if anyone comes to this wiki and decides to start their own club, I want to have something to help them, and it's good for teachers. Next is my web quest. Looks kind of bare on this page, but my welcome, my introduction. This was made, of course, after the Supreme Court decision, so It's a bit different than any other web quest I found online talking about the same issue because it's been such a change recently. The task, you put an image on there. Then the process, I have different articles and some news videos there that my students would look at, a timeline, things like that. For evaluation, I actually have a paper copy of a worksheet that I've used before. Just need to get it up on the website. And then my conclusion, told you, lots of rainbows. Rainbows everywhere. Okay, back to this. For the forms, I chose the internet safety for parents, especially because I'm sort of sending all these questioning LGBT youth to all these different websites. And I felt like having an internet safety handout for the parents, if they are involved in this decision, I don't know if you call it a decision, in this quest, I suppose. I thought that would be a good thing to have. My calendar, I synced it up with my school calendar at Goldsboro High School. Since the majority of the people who would be coming to this would be students at GHS, I thought it would be beneficial to have the school calendar as well as the club calendar in one spot. Give us your opinion. Again, since it's a club, I didn't really have an online assessment for any sort of content. My background is in English and language arts, but this has nothing to do with it. So I have a what have you learned? Just sort of from the main pages, some of the educational resources. What does GSA stand for? How many steps are there in creating a GSA? Some of the different educational resources, and about the Supreme Court decision. The other one is just their general opinion of this wiki page so that me and the other advisor know what we can change in future. All right. Contact, mine and the other advisor's name, phone number, email, so that anyone, whether they're at the school or not, can contact us. Gradebook. Another issue with this not being a class website is that my gradebook is strictly for show, just to show that I could do it. So let's see if that'll come up. Okay. I used a template with Excel because as I am an English teacher, I would have screwed up these equations just horribly. These kids would have all failed the class with the equations I put in. So it made it very simple. I have my made up student names. They're very original student numbers. I put in just random grades for each of it. And all I had to do was put in the assignment name, and I put in sort of the big things in my semester that stood out. Put in, oh, sorry. Let's see if I can get that back. There we go. I just got this touch screen. I'm not used to it. But all I had to do is put in the assignment name and come up with percentages as they added up to 100%. I was pretty much good there. And it calculated everything for me. After gradebook, I didn't really know where else to put my podcast video. I believe it said podcast on the syllabus. Yep, a short podcast. There we go. So I sort of added it here. I'm hoping to continue it as the year goes through and sort of document the club from creation to a year 2, 3, 4, 5 in the future. My daughter wanted to be in that one, so she made a little guest appearance. But that is all of my wiki page. I chose wiki spaces because as an English teacher, I hate to say that I'm not very tech inclined. If my computer messes up, I'm just as likely to hit it as to actually know what to do with it. But wiki spaces really made it easy to not only just put text in here, but to upload files, documents, YouTube videos, embed things. That's stuff I had never done. I didn't even have a YouTube account before this, and it made it just so simple to create all of this. And I'm very glad that I had this project because I don't think I ever would have had the push to do it.